differences with nations such as India, who've been vocal in demanding a meteor role from developed countries to halt global warming. So will the climate summit prove to be a groundbreaker in bringing about feasible measures to save the planet? To discuss this and more, I'm being joined by Rajni Bakshi, Senior Gandhi Peace Fellow at Gateway House. Ma'am, thank you so much for taking the time out today to talk to us. Now, the new climate change draft text has outlined 3 options for temperature targets clearly out here. Which one of the 3 options is likely to be accepted by countries like India?
India would be in favor of the lowest possible target, because we all know the science is now clear, and even at 1 degree rise you are seeing what the implications of climate change are. What has happened in Chennai is but a warning. Such freak events are going to be more and more frequent even at 1 degree. So I think India is on the same page as other countries that are aware that we have to strike for the lowest temperature. But the big question is, what is the time frame in which a very ambitious low target can be set, and how do you carry it all? And biggest question of all, who is going to pay for it?
Okay. Now, the fact here is India has received considerable criticism in global quarters for its hard stand in the COP21 negotiations. The invitee cartoon of India's elephant blocking a deal is just one illustration with the global pressure force India to back down?
Oh, certainly not. I don't know which reports you are seeing, because actually there is even more reports out of Paris from various networks that I'm connected with, which are saying that there is a large mobilization from other developing countries, and particularly the least developed countries alongside India. They are all backing India. And I think what the economic advisor to our government, Arvind Subramaniam, called climate colonialism, that has surfaced as the central theme at Paris. Yes, I don't want to overplay it, because I'm aware that also Paris is the location for better discussions and negotiations than we've had at previous COP. So I do want to appreciate that. But on the basic question of historical responsibility and the fact that, for example, the US, which is actually pushing much of this argumentation against India, calling India a spoiler, the fact is that the US has the 8th largest ecological footprint on this planet. Okay, it's way above the global average. And by comparison, India and China, even though they are now on a fast growth trajectory, are way below the global average. And as you know, the global ecological footprint takes into account a whole range of ways in which a country puts burden on the planet, not just carbon, though carbon is a large part of it. So this basic injustice is, I think, what gives the Indian negotiators and the Indian activists, who incidentally in Paris are on the same side while they may quarrel at home, I think it gives us a great deal of strength. And we know that we are on the side of justice.
All right, point taken, ma'am. Thanks so much for taking the time out to talk to us today. On that note, it's a wrap on this edition of Market Pulse for today. Lunch Money coming up right after this break. Stay tuned.